Hi, Brandon from Brandon's Baseball Cards here. Today I'm going to be showcasing the oldest cards that I have in my collection. And we're going to start with the oldest card I've ever owned that I bought at this year's National in Chicago. And that's an 1887 Old Judge card. Now, these cards are difficult to find in outstanding condition. Usually the grade is quite poor. You know, you see a lot of authentics, you see a lot of PSA 1s and 2s and very low grades. This one has been certified authentic by SGC, and it's a 1887 of Bill Farmer. And I bought it this year because I just thought it was a really, really cool card. The pose on the card is really, really awesome. And I just thought it kind of spoke to me when I walked by. And it's a very, very clear photograph, which you don't always get with the Old Judge cards. Sometimes they're really faded out, and they're just not, some of them just aren't very pretty. But this one I thought was just a nice, sharp image, and a really, really, really pretty card. And the price was very reasonable. The dealer that I bought from was a really, really nice guy, which is always a good thing. Always nice. I'll show you the back real quick. The back is just blank, but that's the only Old Judge card that I've ever owned. I think in the next year I'll try to get some more. But now I'm going to turn to my T-206s. I'm going to start with two that I have that are actually raw. Now this is the first T-206 that I ever owned. I've owned this card since I was probably 11 years old. My uncle had a collection of these that he purchased years ago, and I got a few of them from him as gifts for my birthdays and things like that when I was growing up. But I've never gotten it graded. I want to get it graded. It's a very, very, very clean card. The player is Irv Young, who played for Minneapolis. But it's a beautiful, beautiful card, and I think it would grade nicely, probably grade a 4, maybe a 4.5. But it's a Piedmont back, so that's the first T-206. The second T-206 is also from that period of my life. This is also from my uncle's collection that I was able to get. And this is Deacon Felipe, I think is how you pronounce his last name. But a really, really, really pretty card. Sharp corners. This, I think, may grade a 5, maybe a 5.5. The only thing holding it back is that little spot, you know, the paper loss on the back, and the fact that it's off center quite badly. But the image is beautiful. Very, very clean card overall. So those are my two raw T-206s. Now we're going to get to the rest that I've purchased very recently. I purchased this from Baseball Card Exchange at this year's National, and this is one of my favorite T-206s. It's Larry McLean, as you can see. This has been PSA graded VGX4, and I just think this is just a gorgeous, gorgeous baseball card. The old catcher's mask, the orange background, it's just absolutely gorgeous. And the back is also quite nice on this one. Excuse the price tag on that. I like to sometimes keep the price tag on the items that I get. But a little bit of wear on the back, but nothing too bad. Just a beautiful card that I love very much. I was very happy to get. Now, the next card, this is another card that I think is just absolutely gorgeous. One of the prettiest cards in the set. Pardon the glare. I'm trying to avoid the glare from the fan. This is a PSA Good 2 of George Stone. Now, both this card and the Rube Waddell from the T-206 series are very similar. They have this blue background portrait. And to me, the blue with the jersey, the colors on the jersey, it's just a gorgeous, gorgeous card. I was able to get this recently on eBay for a very fair price from a dealer that I've actually never bought from before, but I was very, very happy with that. And then the final card that I'm going to show you is a T-206 that, again, I picked up at this year's National. And this is Bill Abstain. And this card was graded a good 2. I walked by this card several times, and I knew I wanted to buy it. I just put it off for some reason, but the centering on it is just wonderful. The colors are gorgeous. It really spoke to me when the first time I walked by the booth with the dealer that had this. I just love the card, and just absolutely gorgeous. The bag does have some paper loss. You can see there. I think it's focused quite nicely on that. So it's a good 2, but I think it's a very, very pretty 2. And I was happy to add that to my collection as well. So that is my showcase for this evening, and some of my favorite cards in my collection. I'll be doing another showcase here in the next few weeks.